Alright. Hello 大家好，这里Ame Gakita I admit that I'm a little bit late today, but in regards to that, it's actually more towards that I was actually very tired today, and just gonna do two things. Well, in case anyone are thinking that I went out on a day or whatever, I did not. Okay, I just basically staying at home with family. So in regards to that, kind of like tired in a way today. Couldn't do anything much. Just a bit of cleaning up and whatsoever along the line. But in regards to that, is that I can definitely say that I was definitely tired due to I need to settle along the line. So that was one of the things I couldn't progress much for that end. But in regards to that, is that for today I would still do the main story a little bit. Can't really say is it a lot or whatsoever. But at the very least, I will still try to do a bit of the Honkai style reel. Let's just say it will be just a little bit. Then after that, I'll do a bit of tarot card reading on as much as I heard earlier, I will still be doing a bit of tarot card reading on this game. Kind of like wonder how the Honkai style is gonna be like along the line. Like curiosity kill the card, maybe, who knows, but I'm gonna do a little bit of like looking around because apparently I need to find the question mark. So far I don't like, people say there is a specific room that we need to find, but so far couldn't find it. I mean, like they say it's a progress, whether we find it or not is actually fine apparently, but I seriously had no idea where is the room though. So I think the best way to go is actually just look around, see where I can find, like maybe like explore around to investigate. So I'm gonna like see. Okay. Yeah, my art project. Is I got a chance to answer a big question? Did I turn something into something great? Do I have ton of people? Oh my. I still a small fry, got a few guys following me, but some of them aren't exactly loyal. The one thing I follow for now, I always stuck to the grease. Never changed, never better. Lone wolf, no friend, no enemy, only praise. Why? I kind of curious. I want to like look through. I don't like look through whether is there anything I'm missing. Yo. More. I best to run around first? Have a look around first. +4. But now we'll just put it this way. So I need to find the right solution. 6. Oh, it just basically move that to over there. It's tricky area, but I was wondering, can I jump over that? Cannot jump here. Wait, why drop? Oh, no idea. Oh my god. Cannot be on the limit. Oh. There was a time limit? Ayadana. I have to wait until it's right in front of me, then I can jump. Then... No sé, hombre. There is a limit though. Yeah. Why is it crush? Dude, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. happiness in playing this game. Dude, I want to jump, I can't jump. なんで Dude, why is the limit? Ah. Crouching. At the very least, that is sad though. Can't go up yet. And I have no idea. Wait, they say find question mark, but as for now, unable to progress. I also can't do anything else. You can't explore any other place yet. Especially this one is also locked. There's still more to. There's something here, but as for now, can't open. I think the Oceanio got something, but I don't see anything. I'm not sure. I'm sure there were already like people who managed to do every single thing, but sometimes I do need to be out checking. Yeah. Last time I did this one already. 아니구나 썼어? 그냥 I look around just in I don't try jump to conclusion that we can't go something. What I had. Need to find a way to dispel. Just in case. Echoing, not here. I'm not falling.
笑いの神様、私の絵は下手すぎて絵師に向かないのでしょうか。
The only way to go to second really the path there, but it doesn't. We'll go to like do something.
先生がまた体調不良だって数学の先生が言ってた。これじゃスポーツクラブメンバー。
なんかgetting one more. So far, I don't think anyone got any idea what. What is going through out here? But it's seriously blocking. I think I'll just seriously just look out.なさそうな。I don't have understanding of what I need to do. I guess I will have to start.
何度も説明したじゃないか。私のこの太陽のように熱い思いに嫉妬した輩がいるんだ。私は奴にはめられて、そのせいで女子たちの言うところの例のそのトイレ嵐の狂人にされてしまったんだ。頼む、信じてくれラクシミ。私は無実だ。
You've never been grateful for your grey hair.
ちょうどいい場面に間に合ったな。そのまま告白しろ。
なあラクシミ、これ以上私をじらすのはやめてくれ。せめて何か言って。
あなたに嫉妬したっていう灰色頭の人間は実はあなたを独り占めしたがってたのかもしれない。
I'm actually shocked at robots as well.
私の乙女としてよくわかるわ。
I've seen it at the bar. Beside you and walk into it out of the corner.
また誰か隠れてたの？
またってどういうことだ？ラクシュに。そして灰色頭。どうしてお前はいつも最悪のタイミングで現れて私の人生を台無しにするんだ。
But you're the one who invited me here.
誘ったのはスコートの方だろ。屋上で決闘しようって。
スコート君？私への嫌がらせにこの灰色頭の人間を呼んできたの
Sorry, slap to the face and boy did it sting. That
お前ってやつはこの決闘だ。決闘するぞ。
Okay, so we are gonna fight.
今度こそお前を懲らしめないと私の気が済みそうにない。お前たちかかれ。
雲を払って晴れ渡る空は
So not sick to find anything, but the only way is to proceed with the story again.
待て、自分で戦うんじゃないのか。
これは正義をなすための戦いだ。決闘のルール分かってるだろうな。
起きて。
降参だ。お願いだからもう勘弁してくれ。何もかも台無しだ。私の青春も恋もせっかく築き上げたグループもお前のせいで全部台無しだ。
I don't feel bad
こ
for
れで
him
満
though.
足か？黙れ。私は少し頭を冷やしてくる。二度と私に近づくんじゃないぞ。
I don't feel bad for him though. The issue I have is I don't think I'm supposed to do that, but trying to find. I have ways to get out, but can it open? Oh wow. You know, Scratcher, it is cool. After all, no one can have a punchable face. You remember now, he was wearing an IPC uniform. The man called Scott isn't a student here, just like you. I have to contact her and show her the card.
このスコートなんか変だよ。あ、思い出した。
Do you remember?
校長室で幼おじちゃんを見つけたと思ったら急に火花が現れたの。うちらはペトロワ先生を探してたはずなのに。でもペトロワ先生に会って何をするんだったっけ？
そういえば俺たちは何のためにここへ来たんだっけ。
覚えてる？確か火花は生徒たちを使って学校中で何かを探させてたよね。
解放。
そうだ、資料室。彼女の言ってた資料室に行ってみよう。
You want to? Now we are back here. Girl and Agree is really here. I've been here though. Rampaging.
お、校長に言われて手伝いに来たのか？たく、俺たちばっかり働かせるなんて冗談じゃないぞ。
What did this ask you to do?
おいおい、授業だけじゃなく校長の指示まで聞いてなかったのか？笑顔の仮面を見かけなかったか？探してるのはそれだよ。
仮面？そうだ、仮面だよ。うちらは仮面を探すためにここに来たんだ。
それは偶然だな。俺もそのために来たんだ。ほら、とっとと働け。
You sent to find me story.
ペトロワ先生ってどんな人か知ってる？
なんて言ったらいいのか。彼女はすごく特別な人だよ。一度でも顔を合わせたらもう忘れられないだろうな。
とんでもなく美人ってこと？
はあ？美人だって？美人とか美人じゃないとかそういうのじゃないだろう。何かの集合写真とか教員の写真があったら教えてやれるんだけどな。なあ、そんなことよりこっち手伝ってくれよ。
ナノ、この前見せてくれた集合写真は？
クラスの集合写真はあるけど写ってる先生は2人だけだね。
なんだ、ちゃんと3人写ってるじゃないか。ほら、ここにいるだろ、ペトロワ先生。
The one with the eye mask.
ちょっと待ってよ、ペトロワ先生ってこれが？
ペトロワ先生は魔法の人形なんだよ。多分ここの教員の中じゃ一番年上なんじゃないかな。なんだ、彼女の現像アートの授業を受けたことなかったのか？
あ、ようやく思い出した。ペトロワ先生を見つけて仮面を受け取るようにって姫子に頼まれてたんだ。ああ、もう意地悪な火花に騙されてすっかり遠回りになっちゃった。
All I remember was no help at all.
ナノの記憶の力はどうなった？なんでこんなに簡単に騙されてるんだ？
きっとうちは真面目すぎてすぐに信じちゃったんだよ。っていうか、あんただって気づかなかったでしょ2年も学校に通ったなんてただの幻覚。うちらがここに閉じ込められたのはせいぜい2時間とかそれくらい
And
だ
this is 2 hours.
まだ間に合うはずだよ。ペトロワ先生の姿が分かったから、ここからはうちが大活躍する番だね。
Serious moment, activate.
ペトロワ先生の姿が見当たらないなら、それは火花に捕まったか、そうならないために姿を隠したかのどっちか。とにかく彼女を見つけ出さなくっちゃ。記憶の本当の使い方、火花に見せてあげよう。カメラとフィルムがちょっと多めに必要なんだけど。ペトロワ先生の居場所はわからなくても残された記憶を取ることはできるよ。記憶の精霊を追いかければ。もうすぐここにペトロワ先生の記憶のかけらがあるよ。 り先に仮面を手に入れなくっちゃ。
Wait.
現像化教室の扉はやっぱり鍵がかかってるか。他に入り口がないか探そう。
So who was their bomb? Criminal bomb, but the elevator link bomb causing it.
トロ先生、そんなに警戒しないでくれ。姫子に頼まれてきたんだ。
悪いが諦めてくれ。姫子からの大事な預かり物だ。部外者には渡せないよ。外に校長を名乗ってるあの偽物もあちこち探し回ってるんだろ。
ああ、あの火花って仮面の愚者がこの学校を丸ごと乗っ取ったんだ。先生を見つけるのには
It should be interesting for her character to speak more, dude.
俺は請求列車の七死人で、今この場所で先生を守れるのは俺だけなんだ。どうか信じてくれ。
請求列車。そういえば最近新聞やらテレビやらで二層楽園に列車が来たってニュースを見たね。姫子の友人だって言うならあの子についていくつか質問させてもらおうか。正解できたらその時は仮面を渡そう。
準備はできてる。何でも聞いてくれ。
姫子が一番得意なコーヒーは。
待った。どうしてそんな恐ろしい質問を。姫子の入れるコーヒーを口にしたらどうなるか知らないのか。
どうやら君も被害者のようだね。それじゃあ次。姫子が最も嫌うのはどんなやつだい？
やたらとおしゃべりで甘い言葉ばかり並べるようなやつだ。一度そんな七死人が列車に乗って彼女に追い出されたって聞いたことがある。
列車に乗った後のことは知らないが、その話はここの生徒だった頃の姉の肌っぷりを思い出させるね。そうだね。どうやら君は信用しても良さそうだ。それじゃあ最後の質問だ。姫子がこの学校で経験した一番の後悔、それは何だったろうね。
さすがにわかるわけないだろう。 おしゃれのためにショートヘアにしたことか？
そんなことまで話したのかい？どうやら君たちは本当に友人のようだ。でもね、答えはそうじゃない。
え？俺騙されてたのか？
その答えは不正解ってわけじゃないよ。姫子は君にさえ話さなかったのかもしれないね。考えてみれば簡単に他人に話せるようなことじゃなかった。姫子の一番の後悔はね、15年前の、いや、昔話はやめとこう。
I think it's not right.
信じるとしよう。どうやら本当に姫子の友人のようだからね。
Wait, I don't trust it. I don't.
君は姫子の友人だと証明した。それじゃあこの仮面を渡すとしようかね。待った、本物はこっち。あんたは誰？
ありがとね、ペトロワ先生。
仮面はいただいた。
Oh no.
この私があんな小細工に騙されたなんて。君たちもね、来るのが遅すぎるったらないよ。ごめんなさい、ペトロワ先生。やっぱり火花に先を越されちゃってた。でもなんであいつはそこまで姫子のことに詳しいの？あのメガネ君、先生になったことだってあっさり受け入れてるんだもん。君たちのふりした話を聞けば何でもすぐに分かっちゃうでしょ。仲間同士の信頼が毒になっちゃうこともあるんだね。よくも幼児ちゃんを騙したな。ライバーなんだから、アバターを変えるなんて服を着替えるくらいの簡単なことだよ。ほとんどの人が気にしてるのはその見た目だけだもんね。話みたい。
It's gonna be a problem.
だから火花はここから逃げられないし、いっそ強引に取り返しちゃおうよ。
Yep.
おめでとう、いいところに気づいたね。でも残念、現月遊戯の優越の仮面はね、最初にそれを使った人のものになっちゃうの。切られた映画の半券みたいにね。こんな基本的なことも知らなかったの？え？請求連射は失格。遊戯の参加資格は最高に可愛い
It is not good.
ってこと。さ
Good.
て、それじゃあ次は火花のみんなにご褒美タイム。火花が特別に用意した火花大会、みんな見てくれるよね。うわ、すごい、さすが旧型のお気に入りのおもちゃって感じ。でも大丈夫、君たちの心に残ってる最後の反抗心と敵意まで全部きれいに洗い流して火花の大ファンにしてあげちゃうんだから。みんな準備はいい？まずはこのアンチをつまみ出しちゃって。火花はもっと大事なお仕事があ
I
る。
was wondering why the person using us was speaking way too much in a way, but
火花にときめいた火花のために戦ったな。
it's not good.
痛いわね、神聖を。
Museum. Oh. Using your dragon to take them up.
楽しいね。起きて。
心配ない。俺が何とかしよう。
Okay. When you leave, find yourself somewhere else.
ここは資料室か。
We have young. We're helping Dad and me now. Whoever try Betty Betty to get you learn to sleep. This guy's more messed up. You can't defeat the fan. Report to him first. As a regard the script. Send. Oh no. You will leave until you have to.
さて、これまでかの。
Close at the poster.
このピンクの髪の人、どこかで見たことがあるような。
The one in the perspective.
思い出した。クラスの集合写真に写ってた長い耳のどことなく狐っぽい女の子。
覚えていてくれたか。これは漫画でいうところの、そう運命の出会いというやつじゃな。汝はトラブルの真っ只中、そしてわらわがたまたまここにいたと。ほれ、もう少しこちらへ近づいてくれぬか。
お、
こっちもっと近くじゃ。恐れずとも引っかかってしもうた。引いてくれぬか。
Dude, even I will be scared for real. But now we're back here.
またか。ここは
数時間ほど前に2人の七死人がここを訪れ、同じ質問をしておったの。その答えをそのまま伝えるとしようか。ここは絵の世界のどこか、幻月の否定と呼ばれる場所。そして古文書の記載によれば幻月有事という儀式の中枢だそうじゃよ。
Yes.
そうそう、その2人の七死人のうち1人がちょうど学校で先生ごっこに興じておったようじゃが。おっと、これはあれか、ネタバレというやつか。いかんな、 ネタバレはいかん。こんにちは、主人公殿。
So I'm really treat is differently. Some managers get the. I mean, no ideas get the one Sony. No way, she's a genius.
こんにちは、キツネさん。
厳密には誰もが自分の人生の主人公じゃが、その中でも汝は晴天航路モフモフ号の主人公じゃろ。銀河バットラクーンだったか。ラクーンには見えんがのう。まだ名乗っておらんかったな。わらわのことは比叡とでも呼んでくれ。以後よろしく頼むぞ。
水面に月が映ってる。でもここから月は見えないよな。これって火花の仮面だよな。
Yep. One of the eight mask is out.
仮面をつけた最初の聖越者が現れた。もうじき幻月遊戯が始まるぞ。
What second are you?
そう怖がるでない。わらわはただの観客、漫画の読者みたいなものじゃ。
How do you know?
ちょっとした経験則じゃよ。漫画を多く読めばそれだけ超能力バトルや学園ラブコメの知見が深まるようなものじゃ。
A free something?
なんと、まさか読んだことがないのか。この世界で大流行中じゃというのに。
We just killed him.
請求列車の経験談をモデルに可愛い動物たちが列車に乗って銀河を旅する。あの晴天航路モフモフ号を読んでおらんと。
They actually make a comment.
ここは二層楽園じゃからな。どんな話も漫画のネタにされるのが常じゃ。
Kind of curious. Oh, number two.
おかしなやつじゃのう。先ほどまで必死で逃げ回っておったというのに、何事もなかったかのようにどうでもいいことを気にしておる。今心配すべきはそんなことではなかろう。じゃがその茶目っ気もまた愉快なところか。わらわを楽しませてくれた霊者、少しばかり手助けしてやろう。さて、汝は何を望む？
You need to take down.
なんと、それは殺しの依頼か？
No, we're not.
いくら追い詰められているとはいえ、それはまずかろう。この物語は全年齢向けじゃしな。納得がいかんと言いたげな目つきじゃな、ラクーン殿。
I must join.
実に興味深い闘志じゃ。いにしえの幻月遊戯では命知らずの聖越者たちが仮面をかぶり、幻月にその狂気と奇想とユーモアを捧げたものじゃった。知略を巡らせて天より降り立ちし魔物を撃ち、神の笑い声をかすめ取って山をも両断する名刀へ鍛え上げ、あるいは絵の世界の深部まで行って詐術で死者の魂を連れ帰り、そんな愉快な参加者はもう長いこと現れておらぬ。しかし汝ならばその一人に数えられるかもしれんのう。なんせ汝は主人公じゃからな。そのための力をほんの少し貸してやってもよい。じゃが相応の対価はいただくぞ。 そうでなくては掟に反する。一昼夜の間に追っ手を片付けよ。さもなくば汝の魂は敵に奪われ、永遠に下僕となり下がろう。
Damn.
この条件を受け入れるか？では契約は成立じゃな。雨土に増します幻月と神木よ、この誓いを見届けたまえ。常なる天に昇る月のごとく、この誓いの様の変わらぬことを。汝をもう少しばかり主人公らしくしてやろう。
Are we even going to have the good walls?
よし、こうだ。
Wait, what?
ここ。
Yeah.
しげちゃん、大丈夫？
At the carnival too.
別に驚くようなことじゃなくない？花火だって夢でやったことあるし、火花なら起きててもそれくらいやると思うけ
Are
ど。
they actually twins or
それ
something?
に今までの幻月遊戯で起こった事件の中ではまだマシな方じゃない？少なくとも君には手を貸してくれるお友達が何人もいるわけだし。
That's actually is a actual connection.
花火ね、たまにここでお仕事してて、その一つが配信活動なの。火花っていうのは配信の時に使ってた名前で、花火が自分でコツコツ書き上げたアバターのこと。花火がいなくても配信できるように、そのアバターにはちょっとした力を与えておいたんだけどね。
Is that AI?
それがまさか幻月が満ちておかしくなっちゃうなんて、さすがに予想できなかったよ。
Wait. You can't do
リ
live?
スナーの願いや欲望を受け取り続けて、あいつもそういう思いに感化されちゃったんでしょ。みんなの解釈でキャラクターが一人歩きし始めちゃうと、もはや作者の花火でも手に負えないんだよね。
Oh.
花火がいなくてもそれがまさか幻月が。
She's so more than just an
リスナ
avatar.
ーの願いや欲望を受け取り続けて、あいつもそういう思いに感化されちゃったんでしょ。みんなの解釈でキャラクターが一人歩きし始めちゃうと、もはや作者の花火でも手に負えないんだよね。
Why are you here then?
ずーっと君たちの様子は覗いてたんだよ。どこかで手を貸そうと思ってたのに、君たちってばずーっとカンパニーや超常現象管理局の人と一緒にいるんだもん。しまいには君とみーちゃんが揃ってあの不吉な気配満載の学校に飛び込んでいっちゃうし、もう花火じゃどうしようもない状況になっちゃってたの。それで学校の中で何が起こってたの？
Spring. You want to tell that, but the stream paper must be beside you proof that everything was real.
こんな仮面で本当に幻月遊戯に参加できるんだろうか。
What should we do next?
どうすればって、列車のお友達に連絡したら？もちろんここは法治社会なんだから治安局に通報してもいいけど、でもこの一件は彼らの手には余ると思うよ。かつての遊戯では聖越者たちのすることを誰も止められなかったっていうし、 今よりよっぽど自由の時代だったんだね。
Oh, even will interfere.
あしげちゃんはずいぶんアマちゃんだね。あちこちの世界で見てきたでしょ。世界が滅んじゃうような危機に直面した時、狼に何ができるっていうの？あんまり無茶を言ったらかわいそうでしょ。現月遊戯は優越の主の手で定められたものだよ。儀式が終わるたび、それこそ天地がひっくり返るような奇跡が起こる。それは神聖の現像種だったり、摩訶不思議な現象だったり、希望に満ちた未来だったりね。ところで、こんな問題を聞いたことない？もしも世界の科学技術を100年分進ませることができるとして、その代償が1匹の猫の命だったとしたら、君はその猫を犠牲にする？
Oh, wait a kitten. Oh, yeah. Are you guys threatening me? I won't.
二層楽園はね、はっきりと犠牲にする方を選んだんだよ。今はそんな倫理について議論してる場合じゃないか。あしげちゃん、君はみーちゃんとようおじちゃんを助けなくっちゃでしょ。
Let me go to the trouble. Just take it slow. The must be taken. A disaster spent even. Okay, Really? But she is back a virtual form when she lose control. Somehow this thing gains self-awareness and could even break into reality. Is she taken control of Raffia the damning? Turn out the student and teacher into a fan, even snap away the mouse she told us to bring back. It's like flipping a coin left. No one knew which side you land on. Got me out with.
パールさん、もういい時間だし、列車の方で別に対応しなくちゃいけない案件もあるの。悪いけど、そろそろ。
そうですか。同盟や現月遊戯のことでより深い協力関係をご希望でしたら、またいつでも歓迎しますよ。
ええ、それじゃあ失礼するわ。
Wait, but Shirley is also kind of like being so-called hired by them in the way there. Because it's like she purposely asked Himiko to stay in the way there.
人類の社交モデルというのは本当に複雑ですね。私の計算をもってしても請求列車が持ちうる戦略の全容は把握しきれていません。
失礼します。パール様、泉州玉殿の高校将軍が面会を希望しておいでですが、少しお待ちいただきますか？
いえ、泉州もまた重要な同盟相手になり得ます。彼らの戦略を理解するためにも十分な接触とシミュレーションは不可欠です。結論、本日残された時間は模写をするにも不足でしょう。高校将軍を通してください。
はじめまして。変地核物院の栄誉院長にして十方公営北海の主、泉州無形文化財 クジャク県の伝承者にして10頭将軍、名をコウコウと申します。お忙しい中お時間を割いていただき感謝いたします。
Yeah, I get her that easily.
言語処理プロセスのエラーかと思いましたが、どうやら使節団を部屋に招いたわけではなかったようで安心しました。
銀河広しといえどユーモアを介するオムニックというのは珍しい。君もあの天才同様、スクリュー星の天体開鎖機関が生み出した奇跡の一つだと聞いていたのだけど、どうやら噂以上に愉快な方のようね。あら、キチ。パールさんの清らかな心と麗しい外見を前にして占わずにはいられなかったな。
Definitely.
あら、見て君。この辺は見てくれ。これすなわち大
So I
事よ。
guess I do need
あい
to
に
look
く
at her recovery.
私は占いについて学んだことがありません。将軍、もしよろしければ解説をお願いしても。
I got curious.
それじゃあ今度はオムニックらしく言い換えてみようかしら。先週の予測アルゴリズムで君の運勢を算出したところ、かは101111と出た。これは大吉の兆し。汝が誠の心で他者と接すればきっと大きな収穫を得られるだろうってところね。
低級天章の伝説は以前より聞きを読んでおります。慶元将軍の知略、飛翔将軍の勇猛、海燕将軍の技巧。
I really got like last time we did a reading for Genshin Impact.
公の場にめったに姿を見せようとしない泉州の将軍
I
たちは
guess we did.
どのような方々なのかと。
I start with
本日こうして高校将軍にお会いしてこう思わずにはいられませんでした。これほど美しい方であればその姿を大いに人々の前に見せるべきだと。
先週の言葉遣いにも明るいようね。まさか挑発の作法まで心得ているとは思わなかった。先の皆さんはそれぞれの能力を称えられ、私には容姿の論評だけ。どういう意図があったのかお聞かせ願えるかしら。
将軍、どうか気を悪くなさいませんよ。私にとって美とは最も貴重で、それを維持し続けることこそ最も難しいことなのです。それに私があなたについて知ることは多いとは言えません。この状態であなたを褒めたたえる言葉をどこに見出すかは難しい課題だと言えるでしょう。ですが玉伝こそは泉州の知恵であり、その将軍は牧者の中でも最高位に位置するものと存じております。情勢だけを読むとすれば、反壊滅同盟に参加するか否か、この点について泉州同盟を代表して票を投じるのにあなた以上の適任はいらっしゃらないでしょう。さて、この件についてのお考えを聞かせていただけますか。
とても重大な議案だもの。軽々に決められるものじゃないでしょう。ただお近づきの印に一つ大事なことを伝えておきたいの。そしてこれをいい機会としてカンパニーには口先だけじゃない本物の誠意を見せてもらいたい。
あなたのおっしゃりたいことは分かりかねます。壊滅の脅威が迫っている。協力し合うのにそれ以上の理由は不要かと思いますが。
共通の敵を用意することで敵対する者を味方に引き込み、それを契機として徐々に相手を飲み込んでいく。カンパニーの輝かしい功績の中でそういった例は珍しいものじゃないでしょ。
なるほど。泉州は カンパニーの誠意に偽りがあるのではとお疑いなのですね。
まずはカンパニーが言うところの誠意を見せてほしいの。10日交換ってことよ。これから共有する情報は大変重要なもので、ことは一刻を争う。
質問。今この時間において反壊滅同盟の結成以上に重要なことがあるというのですか？
少なくともナヌークが数日以内に宇宙を壊滅させることはないでしょうけど、数日のうちに二層楽園を滅ぼしかねない脅威は確実に存在するの。性格ハンターのジン、聞いたことくらいあるでしょ。
カンパニーがその首に高額の懸賞金をかけて追っている人物ですが、私は一度も会ったことがありません。
先頃玉殿は性格ハンターの通信の傍受に成功したの。それによればその男は泉州最強の殺し屋を名乗り、この地の組織シンウィッシュマフィアに雇われることになったそうよ。その男がこの地を訪れた理由は不明。けれど彼は重悪を尽くした泉州の重罪人で、並外れた力の持ち主でもある。生中な腕では太刀打ちできないでしょうね。私は玉殿の将軍としてこの地で彼が問題を起こす前に身柄を抑える責任があるの。
アハトピアという星は反銀河貿易体制の一員。そして陣を追っているのはカンパニーも同じです。ここに足を踏み入れたならば、彼もまたこの地の法の管轄下にあります。高校将軍、あなたの求める誠意とは、カンパニーがかのものを捕らえ泉州へ引き渡すことを指すのですか？
It's kind of funny that Blade even went to their place and everyone stalked him or somehow or some way, somewhat. I wonder
もし
why.
もその災いのもとが音もなく自ら去っていくとしたら、これ以上ない。違うかしら。
This young one is really wonderful looking
二層
character.
楽園で自由に行動する権利が欲しいということですね。
壊滅に対抗する前にお互いの誠意を確かめる上で、これ以上ない協力関係だと思わない？
交渉は成立です。低級天将の実力に疑いの余地はありませんが、泉州最強の殺し屋が本当にお供に
It's just basically cutscene after cutscene and one cutscene.
私の計算では
It's basically one very long cutscene right now.
導きを考慮しなくとも性格ハンター個人の逮捕成功率は 9.8% にも届きません。
1割にも満たない？牧者として私は確率をそんな風には読まない。たとえ成功の確率がほんのわずかしかなかったとしても、そこに私が加わった時点でその成功率は10割に達したと、そうみなすのよ。
Now we're jumping over to this one then. I wonder.
聞くまでもないでしょう。もちろん10割ですとも。ええ、そうです。生き残れる者は一人たりともおりません。私の顔を見た者は誰であれ、世界の果てまで逃げようとも必ず仕留めます。今回の雇い主は皆様が所属する組織のボスですから、特別に見逃して差し上げるつもりでしたが、それで納得していただける
Ah,
というわけではないご用。
why is the cutscene like for half an
あ
hour?
んたが信用できねえってんじゃなくてよ。裏社会のルールってやつだ。あんたもよくわかってんだろ。人を雇うなら、まずは仕事の腕前を確認させていただけね。
Chicken gangster.
竜王は話すに安く、正気は特に厄介なものと言いますが、正気の無作法が過ぎれば主の益も損なうことになりますよ。泣く子も黙る新ウィッシュマフィアは泉州最強の殺し屋を雇うだけの度胸が終わりのようですから。当然その殺し屋に壊滅させられる覚悟もできていますね。
Okay. There's really no pause in Honkai Star Rail.
多年奔走して虚しく卑骨のみ、まさに人間のコールの難を知るですか。泉州最強の殺し屋になりすませなんて、高校様は本当にやりがいのある仕事を任せてくださいますね。
Not long ago. Wow.
今回の行動についてくれぐれも身辺の安全には細心の注意を払うようにね、天雲さん。君に万が一のことがあれば私は舵取りの玉空さんに顔向けできないんだから。
ご心配ありがとうございます、高校様。ですが玉殿へ旅立った時、すでに玉空様に決意はお伝えしました。最悪の事態への覚悟はできております。ただ一つお尋ねしたいのですが、万が一が起こりうるこの任を務めるのが私なのは何か理由がおありなのでしょうか。
今日の占いの結果、
Yeah, she is working in a way there.
火が不可欠と出たの。八方美人にして鳴美商団の節都市である君でなくてはこの役目は果たせないでしょうね。今回の目的地はマフィアの拠点でもあるから、道中で絡まれたりするかもしれないけれど、その時は泉州最強の殺し屋の名を出せば向こうから頭を下げてくれるかも。
And I'm not
ど
quite.
うぞご心配なく。長年商談とともに各地を巡ってきましたし、危険な場所にも何度も足を運びました。マフィア程度であればあしらうのにそれほど手間もかからないでしょう。
あら、マフィアが恐ろしくないならどうしてまだここにいるの？道中の安全を占ってあげたら少しはやる気が出るかしら。
私に恐れるものがあるとすれば、まさにその占い。いいえ、より正確に言うなら高校様のことでしょうか。
私？なに？ラフ選手ではそんなに悪名高いの？
People say they are not
高
that
校様
muscular.
の噂はよく耳にしますよ。いわく宝庫の戦いの後、自ら不説を手放し、兵も部下もつかない事務職の将軍になることを選ばれたと。そして
Should they?
十頭将軍はほんのわずかな勝機をつかむために恩師を見殺しにし、請求軍数万の命を無意味な数字と切り捨て、霊宮の天将すらも占いで死に追いやったと。
つまり私という冷血な牧者が
コブラで
君を占いで死に追いやると？ずいぶんはっきり言うのね、この小木さんは。
Even I don't really people do
少
that every day.
年のお人柄が気になっただけです。どうでしょう。
But it kind of like hope for some things. Oh well.
どうやら私の目
将軍を前にしてそれだけ堂々と振る舞える者はそういないでしょう。大胆な言葉を口にできるのも当然ね。確か天井で輝きを放つ神は人を駒にして軍政で賭けをしています。その後に残されたのは死体が積み上がってできた山だけ。あなたは空にその代償を支払わせようと考えたことはありますか？だったかしら。君が絶滅大軍の魔の手から生還できたのは運に恵まれたおかげだという人もいるようだけど、私に言わせれば君のその決して折れない心根の強さのおかげでしょうね。
過分なお言葉です、高校様。九死一生を経験して何の学びも得られないようでは己を許せそうにありません。
I'm still amazed that the cutscene is like non-stop though. Am I gonna actually get some popcorn to eat now?
死から逃げ延びて私は決めたのです。情を持たぬ者の手駒になり下がることは二度としないと。高校様もどうやら私を使う者として合格のようですね。
聞こえがいいだけの言葉には興味がないでしょうし、もう少し現実的な話をしましょう。天雲さん、玉殿の使節団は公務出張の際、ラフよりもずっと待遇がいいのよ。
Yeah, it's not even stopping. I'm actually amazed at it.
あいにく私はそこまでの健談家ではありませんよ、将軍様。
使節団への随行中、手当は6倍。
Like, can she at least like this is one of the reasons why I like Zenizon Zero in a way, because like there is a pause in between. Then for Genshin Impact, it's basically continuous jump here, jump there everywhere along the line, and so long. But at least there is like a moment of pause, you can pause it. Honkai Star Rail no have pause.
接触を図る。
This is really a half an hour cutscene really in a way though.
たったこれだけの仕事に手当を6倍にするほどの価値があるでしょうか。
君という人材にはその報酬を払うだけの価値があるということよ。実のところ牧者と商人はよく似ているの。どんなに状況が行き詰まっているように思えても交渉を続け、わずかな機会を逃さない。商人が求めるのは自分の利をつかむ機会。牧者が求めるのはほんのかすかな転機かしらね。
The end of the world story.
どうやら私に
No, this is the new whole new area already though. But it does link to the end of the world part in a way, because it's like right now they are trying to all go in an airline in a group in a way, but you know, like when a whole group go up together, right? It's kind of like we can't have everyone just let's do a handshake and then all team up together along the line. No. They have to ensure that someone is like going in a good way where they benefit from the so-called allies along the line. So I will not be. I will not be doing the stories, sadly. Tomorrow, if I got the time, the night chat would be me doing it. But in regards to that, I would go. I need to go to the toilet, wash my hand, use the toilet a little bit, because I'm gonna do before the day reach midnight. I'm gonna do a little bit of tarot card reading, in a way. Like, want to see. I mean, like, I feel like Hoyoverse for the Honkai style review, they want me to do the tarot card reading. It seems, because the one thing is, right, the new character that got released, right, she is so-called a divinator, meaning to say someone who can do tarot card reading in a way, but it's more on for her. It's like the divine reading along the line, and meanwhile, I feel like may hire for the one thing I find it interesting in a way is that they want me. It seems that they want me to do a reading for all three games for Xenozone Zero, for Genshin Impact, for Honkai Star Rail. Genshin Impact already been done already last time, and I guess it's like they really going with what I did the reading. They seem to know what they're going for, and even if it look like they got the full and they know what they're going for, and so far a lot of people are actually liking how the Genshin going with in a way, and I think at the very least it's like a lot of people there are crazy people talking about it, but it seems like MiHoYo don't give a damn care and they go with the story. And the funny thing is because they go with it, they was I say that based on the reading they were going to be successful, and so far a lot of people actually like Genshin Impact in a way, especially like people talking about the flow of the story going in a good way. Yeah, I will do the reading in a way later. The funny thing is because of the reading on my end that I say that they will be successful and people are liking it, and for some reason Genshin Impact is actually reaching based on what the reading go through. So I guess like Honkai Star Rail, which I've been hating in a way, not saying like I hate it pretty badly, it's more towards like if they want me to do the reading, I will do the reading. I just hope that they don't expect me to do a strong reading in the way that it is still gonna be the standard 3 card reading. I won't put too crazy of a reading. I have to at least highlight that. But for your reading in regards, I will do the reading carefully later, don't need to worry. So need to make sure that the camera don't fail. Oh well. Might as well have to take out the freaking have to use the right stand. Done then. And those other people is because I need to the one thing is that before I do the reading I have to wash my hand to make sure that when I do the reading it will be kind of like making sure that I am doing the good reading in a way though. So I'll be right back, give me a while. Okay. I'm bugged. Alright. Gonna at least set up the table. In a way, I just need to make sure that once I open up the camera, you guys will be able to see the reading. I will definitely have to do the not Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail first. The Zone Zero probably other day, but it's just that today, not sure though. If the reading for Honkai Star Rail is not in a bad way, I will definitely do Zone Zero at the same time though. So, turn on camera. Activate. And now turn it on. Acha. It didn't. Well, I have to close. I have to remove it first, and I have to re-add it again. The setting just now just went wrong. Video capture song. That song. Okay. At the top doesn't matter. I mean that is still gonna show this power name. But in regards is we still just going to do a simple reading for Honkai Star Rail first. I mean like they release a character that I don't even have a good luck on getting it, and it did seems to me that miHoYo want me to do a reading for all three games apparently. Because if I'm being honest in a way, right? Like in Genshin Impact, they really kind of like make it that they want the tarot card reading, and they really did add in the tarot card reading. Then after that, for Honkai Star Rail, because they released a new character, which is a a define prediction, whatever you guys want to call it. So I guess in a way it is kind of like in that direction. Now for Zone Zero. I'm actually kind of surprised that Zone Zero also wanted it in a way though. Not like it is, don't mean that it's in a bad way. I'm actually kind of like surprised of it in a way though. So I guess for now, well, it's not the full moon or the new moon, but it did rain on my end earlier. So the energy right now is actually on the calm, good reading. So I do have the energy to do the reading. Can't expect too much of a strong one. So I'm gonna do the reading for Honkai Star Rail. It is not gonna be a complicated one, and still gonna do the suffering. I'm just hoping that it's not a moment of like I'm going to be suffering from the reading in a way too, because I don't want to have a moment of like, oh my, I have to go through this kind of reading along the line, that kind of feeling, because it's not going to be a good one if that is the case. But hoping it's not something bad. I got the demon upside down. So I have to do a careful reading card. Demon upside down normally is a back reading, but it means that the reading now is not ready yet, and I need to be very, very careful. Because that card was calling me out. That's okay. Even the suffering, if possible, I don't want to use the mystical reading in a way, but can I do a reading on MiHoYo Honkai style will? I have to be unbiased. Okay. I was gonna ask like the game that I put as number 3 along the line, so I have to be unbiased. The reading might not be very good in a way, considering that I need to be very careful. So I guess one more time, suffering on this one first. It's like it's more towards like the suffering need to be very, very careful in a way though. I wonder is it because like today is not really right now it's not raining, it's night energy, and more towards like because it's not full moon or new moon, so the reading is actually more on I have to be very careful in a way. I can feel it, the energy. One, 2, and 3 already. Ah. Okay. This one is the past. This two is the present, and this one is the future. Interestingly, 2 cards for present. Rather, but this it's already kind of like the suffering just don't want me to do the looking through along the lines. For some reason, this 3 card calling me out already. So the Hermit card upside down. The moon and death upside down. And the Queen of Pendulum outright. Ah. But if you notice, the past is a major card, and the current is also a major card. The Hermit upside down, in a case, is actually more towards like if I'm being okay, the Hermit card is actually have a lot of reading. Okay, I have to at least highlight that because I'm not gonna say like is it good or is it bad along the line. Okay, it's more towards like when it comes to the Hermit card itself, the Hermit outright in a way can mean traction or corruption, all these things along the line. But when it upside down, it does not mean that oh because you outright is that it can be a good reading, bad reading. It can upside down outright. Hermit card is always tend to point towards negative point more. It's outright upside down it's always tend to be negative in a way. Regardless of how we look at it, okay? Now, the one thing I'm actually kind of like surprised in a way is that if we actually do understand that for MiHoYo, they actually been trying to be fierce on league on the league in a way, and they are affecting in a way. So I'm gonna assume that within Honkai Star Rail, there might be some sort of fear within the company, or some sort of consumption or things that they're trying to hide from us, and I'm not sure is it the story that the current story they are we are playing now, the 4.0, are they trying to hide a lot of things from us, from the player? Because it's really kind of like, it seems that MiHoYo trying to hide something. The past since then, in the past. And they are afraid of it in a way that is it gonna give them a bad impression, give them a bad reputation in a way. Especially more so that the current situation is the moon card and the death card at the same time. Now, the one thing is that a lot of people need to understand the moon itself, when in reverse, okay, tend to mean error, or it can mean inconsistent, silent in a way. Because the thing is like the moon card itself, if we actually look at it, the moon in a way does not mean that, hey, you are going to go in a way that is happening in the night in a way. So like the sun, we always say that the sun is a positive, meaning the sun is trying to tell you this and that, whatever along the line, it's a positive way. And I say that, hey, the sun is also a hot moment. Now the thing is, right, moon card in a way is the opposite. It's not really saying that it's trying to shine and give you a good hope. It's more towards that they could be stingy, they don't want to give resources, probably that's what you say. But the one thing is that what you guys might not be aware of, that it seems to me that in a way Honkai Star Rail might be trying to so-called not wanting us to talk badly about them, which they should be in a way though. Because I know MiHoYo, you guys don't want it, but the thing is that the death card upside down in reverse actually do mean that they are fearing it. A lot of people need to understand death card outright down upside down always never mean a good thing, but in this scenario, the death card does not mean death. No one is dying. I have to at least highlight that. It's more towards like the death upside down. It actually means that they are fear. They are afraid of the silence. They are afraid of how the thing is going, and they're afraid of people might be criticizing on the story. Because the thing is that if I recall, they also highlighting that they are getting another person to do the story or the direction, the director, the whatever along the line. And I can understand that maybe they are afraid that in a way, because the thing is that Emperor was criticized very harshly in a way. If we look at it, like I played it, I say that they only release everything is 5-star, there is no 4-star along the line. So I can only see that maybe they are learning about it, but they don't want to add on it in a way, because it seems like they are trying to think of way to go on the understanding. Because the thing is, right, Honkai Star with the Honkai, I say that Honkai is destruction, and they want us to enjoy the game, they want us to play the game in a way. Because the thing is, right, the last card is the Queen of Pendulum, which is the queen holding on to the coin, wanting it to go in the way they are expecting. This one I have to at least show in the future part to explain. Queen of Pendulum is more towards in this scenario. It means that they want the story and the game, everything to go in a way that everyone who enjoyed it, everyone will accept it. But the issue on hand is that they have already been criticized very harshly on Emperors in a way, like no 4-star, only 5-star, or the story will kind of like mess up in a way, and they seem to be aware that the mess up is kind of like something they can't avoid. It's not something that they can deny as well, and they can't really say that they want to change the whole thing. That's why in a way it's not that if they draw the sun card, in a way they will be saying that they know what they're going for. But because they got the moon card, it seems that the death card is trying to indicate that their fear is happening on their end. And not saying that it's in a bad way, it's just that the Queen of Pendulum is more towards like they are hoping that it will move into the future in the way they are hoping for. So based on this reading right now, it seems to me that while the game is already released, the update is they're trying to get a aesthetifying end in a way, but I do not know what they are fearing. What is it like? It seems to me that the developer of Honkai Star Rail are fearing in a way, and I can see that being the case, because it's kind of interesting that Genshin Impact got a good reading last time when I did a reading for Genshin Impact, and the funny thing is, right, when I did the reading and the story was like, hey, a lot of people right now is like, say, oh, for new character, and the funny thing is that because it's bad to montage, the funny thing is that I did mention this on Genshin Impact tarot card reading, is that they seems to know what kind of story they're going for, and it seems that it was a good thing they're going back to doing the no cry in a way. But the one thing that I was not expecting was that for Genshin Impact they're going in the way of a back to montage, and in the latest trailer yesterday they showcased that yes, they are jumping back to montage in a way, back to where the game Genshin Impact started. And I actually like it so far because it right now based on there may be some people criticizing, can't deny those, but so far I have seen a lot of people liking how MiHoYo going forward for Genshin Impact, because Genshin Impact is going back to when the Genshin was going forward, and it is in a good way. But for Honkai Star Rail, it seems to me that the Hermit card it seems to me that they are fearing since then, and the death card upside down does not mean that they are going in a bad direction. It's more towards that they are afraid of what they are going for because it's the moon card. Because right now you guys have to understand that the story right now is new. It is 4.0, so we do not know what for Honkai Star Rail, what update will they going for. Is it in a good way or is it in a bad way? If we know anything, is that we need to play the whole story and then give an understanding. But because the lost card, the future card is indicating that they're hoping that it will go in the way they want, and I can only hope that will be the case. But as for right now, I do not know, because the thing is, the update so far I've seen there is quite people liking it, but there's also already quite people disliking it as well. I have to at least highlight that. Okay, I've seen quite a few people criticizing it. I have to avoid a lot of spoilers, so I do not know what happened. But so far I can only say that the death card is not really mean someone is going to die. It's more towards like they are fearing for it. It's kind of like their lifeline in a way. I mean, like MiHoYo, if you get a bag, if you are fearing in a way, it is their lifeline, it's their job, and in a way, it is their in a way, if you got a death card reading, it's not really saying that hey, they're gonna die. It's more towards like will they get fired or not. Okay, so I don't think they need to afraid of it, especially more so that the moon upside down, right? A lot of people need to understand is that in a way, the moon upside down is really unlike a sun outright or the moon outright, okay? More so is that there is still something that the developer of Honkai Star Rail can be on the lookout for, is that if they go in the way that they know what they are going for, as long as they know that the story they can relate to the players to have an understanding, as well as improve the gameplay, then I think that should be fine. I mean, like, the one thing is that you guys have to understand, I always tend to give good suggestion when playing Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail or Xenogears Zero, but so far Honkai Star Rail has been making a lot of monster getting more and more crazier, and our character is like the older character getting more and more weaker. And I feel like if you guys are listening, you guys are buff. I know that you guys are gonna buff out some of the older character. Keep that in mind. Let the older characters, some of them that are being thrown out of the window or people don't want to use them, make them stronger back. Just like in Xenogears Zero, they are buffing some of the older character or character that is kind of like forgotten. In Honkai Star Rail, you guys need to really make that a possibility, because a lot of people want older character to, like, not saying like, hey, some of the older character is weak or we don't want them anymore. If you guys really want to make sure the character is relevant even in future, keep that in mind. Don't just make monsters strong. You need to keep some of the older characters strong as well. Not through artifact, not through whatsoever, the character themselves. So maybe do a read through on that end. As well as some of the monster, I think you guys might want to be very careful on making some of the monster unable to fight, or having some sort of like moment that you have to have a specific character to fight them, because when that's the case, it is gonna be a problem. So I think that would be the most fear that you guys might want to rethink about. Make sure that the story is going in a way that it can go in a good way, and I think that should be the best way you guys can have a hopefully a strong future. Because what you guys may not be know, I am that coin right now. I am giving MiHoYo a good suggestion, and for Honkai Star Rail, I think you guys can do it. You guys just need to understand that there is no such fear that you guys can't overcome. The fear that you guys are facing is something that you guys know already. It is not something that you guys cannot overcome. It's more towards like make rules effect, not just increase in stat or HP. It's more towards like we enjoy the fun of the game. That should be the way to go. And so far, I never feel the fun in Honkai Star Rail. I mean, like, if you guys still don't believe it, just give me good luck in pulling for the next character along the line, and I would just hope that you guys can able to have a good moment. But I mean, like, so far the reading for Honkai Star Rail seems to me that they are fearing for the update, and I can understand the story. You guys are afraid that maybe that the story might not go in a way that you guys might want, but so far from my understanding is that it is possible for the story to, maybe some people might not like it along the line, or maybe might be wondering like, is the plot twist going in a good way. But if you guys learn from previous patch, the Emperor's moment where a lot of people don't like this, don't like that, maybe consider carefully on how you guys going to go with the story. If you guys want me to say in Chinese, by all means go ahead. 你们的故事要小心一下，就是不要有那个故事走在不对的方向，走在不对的方向，人家会有点稍微的搞乱。So basically, in a way, is that the story must, just for translation, is that if the story must go in the right flow, in a good way, not in a way that people might say that, hey, so far for this plot or so far for that plot. Because I don't want to have the same moment of like me predicting the story in a funny way, and then the story kind of like became a moment of like, hey, I told you so, or the story will be a moment of people praying, why this, why that along the line. I think it's more towards like for Honkai Star Rail, they already have an idea. Just go with it. Don't be afraid of it, and I think it will go in a good way. But so far, that is how I look at the reading for Honkai Star Rail. And I mean, like, it is quite a strong card reading. But other than that, I don't think they need to be afraid. Especially more so that this card, for some reason, calling me out. It would seems to me that MiHoYo for Honkai style they don't have the strength or the courage. There is a strength upside down, so I think they don't have the strength for or courage for it. I think you guys just need to be confident. There is a possibility of it not going in a good way that you guys might want, but if you guys know the ending, just go with the good ending or the way that people can accept it. Destruction seems to be based on the title already, so I don't think you guys need to deny that part. But it's more towards that you guys need to understand that the flow people might not like it, but you guys need to understand that the story must be floating in the way that you guys want it. There might be twists that people may hate, you guys might not be happy about it, but just hold on to the courage and I think it should be all fine in a way though. So for Honkai Star Rail, that is the reading that I can give out on. There's no such fear or whatever along the line that they need to be afraid of, but at least from how I look at it, it seems to be that MiHoYo for seems to be holding high expectation for Honkai Star Rail, and it seems to me that is the case too. Okay, I'll do one more reading for Xenozone Zero. Again, it'll be a 3-card reading. Hopefully it's not something gonna be crazy though. I mean, like, it seems to me that MiHoYo already have an understanding of what they're going for. And I don't think I need to do crazy reading because for some reason this 3-card is really calling me out already though. Interestingly. Oh. And the death card come out in the past. Okay, so basically for Xenozone Zero, they got the death card in the past. They got the 7 of Swords in the present, and the Queen of Swords upside down. It's a bit confusing. But, okay, I have to at least highlight, it seems to me, okay, MiHoYo, if you guys don't listen carefully, I have to at least say this carefully, okay? The past that you guys hold for death is not someone die or someone is gonna get fired along the line, no. It's more towards like you guys really have a very fierce story plot that you guys seems ready to put out forward, and it seems to me that the present, which is basically the 7 of Swords, is that you guys are fighting against the story. Like you guys want it, like I mean, I'm not sure. Are you guys trying to fight with the play or the player or maybe or whatsoever? Because the thing is, right, based on the reading, it seems that the story may be too strong or too fierce, and that is something that I'm already kind of like noticing in Xenozone Zero. Not saying that it's bad. It seems to me that it might be a bit too strong, the story or the plot or the game change that you guys might think. Because the thing is, right, there is quite a lot of change in Xenozone Zero, like when it was first released to the current one. And the open world exploration, I can't deny that it is fun in its own sense. But the one thing I cannot deny that there is quite a lot of old gameplay that actually kind of like no longer make it a thing in a way. Which I wonder really kind of like, is it the death? It's not really like the game is bad or whatever. It's more towards like maybe some people who like Xenozone Zero, it's not really the current new version or the current new gameplay. Maybe a bit of the old gameplay, not saying like entire you guys have to jump back to the old gameplay that people are complaining about. It's more towards like what make Zelda Zone Zero unique. That might be the depth of it though. And I think you guys need to, like, maybe you guys are fighting over it in a way that you guys might be wondering, like, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing? But the thing is, it's already dead already. The past is already dead. So I think that maybe you guys are fighting over it, trying to improve on the game, and I think that's a good thing for Zelda Zone Zero, because it seems to me that you guys are aware of what you guys are trying to improve on and trying to make it fun, trying to make it interesting. But do not let what people criticize or what real life politics or whatever thing that can affect the game, just like in Honkai Star Rail. And I think that would be the one thing that you guys can overcome and don't let it affect you guys in a bad way. I do not know what you guys are fighting for, and it seems that the dev card is affecting based on what might be releasing, even if it's a past. But what you guys might not be aware that the past to them is actually considered future for us, because the thing is, right, the story flow, everything is that you have to plan it really, and they will plan it, but it seems that the planning is already considered in their point of view dead. It's not something they want, or maybe they just throw it out the window. We do not know. So I think they are fighting over it. They are probably struggling over it. But the one thing that actually got is that for the future they got the Queen of Swords upside down. Now the one thing is that you guys have to understand, Queen of Swords in a way, right, is kind of like can be considered a good and bad in a way, especially it's more towards a queen, okay? But the one thing is that you guys have to understand, Queen of Swords is the queen is a very strong holder, a wielder of sword, and when she is upright, she tend to mean that standing for justice. But when it's in reverse, upside down, in this case, it means that you guys you guys planning some that you guys trying to ensure that story might not be what you guys want, or maybe not what the players might be happy about. And I think that you guys trying to maybe deceive the players, trying to affect the gameplay or change the gameplay along the line. I think you guys might need to reconsider it. Not saying like in a way that, oh, you guys did that along the line. It's more towards like make it flow in a way that people can accept, and I think that should be fine. I think I can understand, like, if people are like, maybe like, is it MiHoYo trying to change this or change that? The one thing is, Queen of Swords upside down can mean injustice. It can also mean lie. It can also mean not will, and in a way, it just seems to me that you guys are like, for Zelda Zone Zero, they know what they're going for. They know what is the story they are going in a way, but there is quite a few confusion on the story that don't make sense. And I think for Zelda Zone Zero, I hope they will make like what Genshin did, which is basically floating in a way. Maybe it's kind of like, maybe they're trying to trick us, they're trying to lie to us. I do not know. And I mean, like, they did have a dead past, so, and they're fighting over it in the present. So I do not know what they are going for. And Queen of Sword upside down can mean a liar, a lie. There is some lying part along the line, which I hope that is not the case. But I think in a way, if I have to do the full reading, this card is calling me out. And it's the Ace of Pendulum, which means that they are hiding something. Oh. I'm gonna assume that Xenozone Zero, if you guys are gonna hide the scenario, I think it's fine. Especially more so that you guys got the death card for the past, meaning to say that you guys know what you guys are going for, and I think you guys don't need to fear of it. Just understand that the story, the flow going in a way that people can like it, and I think it should be all fine though. Other than that, I can't do a proper reading for Xenozone Zero. It's one of the rare cases I can't do a reading, but at the very least, it seems to me that for Xenozone Zero, they knew what they're going for. They knew what they're fighting for, but the only thing I can give advice is that if you guys gonna hide it, I think it's fine. It's still fair enough, but don't let it affect you guys in a way that it can be bad. Understand what you guys going for, and I think that should be fine for Xenozone Zero though. Now, for Pilsen, one last reading is technically 12:10 a.m. So I'm gonna assume that earlier you mentioned that you need to read about your future work or job, and you pretty statement. So I'm gonna assume that you want to do a reading onto your future. Is that the case? Don't need to share it full detail. Pilsen, are you there? Although you can take your time to explain. Okay, never mind. Just now these two cards already say out, so I'm just gonna assume based on these two cards. Huh. Interestingly, you got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles at the same time. Quite rare for the King and the Queen to appear at the same time, interestingly though. Okay, in case anyone want to know, Pendant is technically, in my point of view, always tend to mean your lifeline, your job, your whatever you guys want to go for it in a way. But the one thing that you guys have to understand is that when the King and the Queen is together, in a way the reading was actually very simple. It's more towards like that, especially when it's pendulum. For Pilsen in a way is that it is probably going in a smooth way, in a way that you might want it, in a way that it is what you desire. But the one thing that you guys will understand, because it is the king and the queen, it's more towards like you need to also be cautious about the things you do. Not saying like, oh, that's because it is what you want, but it's actually more towards like it may be what you desire, it may be what you want, it may be what you wish for, but you also need to be very careful that being the king and being the queen at the same time, meaning to say that the job that you're going for may not be what you might want to say that it's your dream job or whatever along the line. You need to be careful about the things you do. You need to be cautious about the thing you need to going forward along the line. But overall, based on your current situation, when you say that is about your future job or your future work, the most simple way, if I have to say, right, because it's the king and the queen in a way, so it's actually no, I wouldn't say like a bad reading. It's actually more towards like there is a possibility that it may be going in the way that you want, and it is like, especially like you guys have to understand, king of pentadent always tend to mean success, and queen is always mean that it is floating in a good way. So for Pale-san, when you ask about your future, it seems to me that you may be successful in getting the job you want. You may flow into it and you may go in a good way. But the thing is, you have to be very, very cautious about it, is that it is the king and the queen. So there may be mistakes you might make, or there may be things that you might overlook. But other than that, I think you need to be very cautious about the things you do or the job you're going for. Is it correct or not? But I think based on this, I hardly have a king and a queen of the same race coming out at the same time throughout my life of reading. Mostly is major card, but king and queen, I'm actually kind of surprised about your reading though, Pearson. So I mean, like, if you guys think that I knew the reading along the line, I'm actually kind of surprised. And the Tree of Sword. In a way, it's saying that you will suffer from the work in a way, and it is gonna hurt you. But I think you don't need to worry about it in a way though. Especially more so like it is upside down, okay. Although outright and downright is tend to be cautious about in a way, but Yusan, I think so far your future job, based on my understanding, is that the path to it may not be easy. The way you want it to happen might not be what you want, or there might be issue on it. You might have to get hurt in a way. Not saying like you have to die or whatever along the line. It's more towards that you need to be cautious about the things you do. Because especially it's the king and the queen. So other than that, I think your reading is actually considered like quite a good one, dude. It means that I want to know what kind of job you're wishing for or going for, but it will be a successful one. It will happen in a good way, and it is going to be something that you can be happily doing it. But at the same time, good things always tend to have bad things happening along the line, which you need to be cautious about. You need to prevent that from happening, and just be taking care of yourself. And I think that should be a good way to go for along the line too. So at least from my reading so far, I think that is the main point for you, Pearson. So I don't think you need to worry about your current situation. At least from the reading, the way I see it though. Other than that, it's already way past midnight already, and it's time for me to go and sleep as well. So I'm going to just say that yeah, I mean, like, today start out late is kind of like I was kind of like doing a last moment spring cleaning before anything else. Also went out also and stuff along the line. But other than that, okay, at least let me put my camera properly back. And back here. Okay. That being said, I think for Honkai Star Rail, if tomorrow if I can stream instead of doing live chat, I'll probably be playing a little bit on the main storyline. I do not know how far the story is gonna be, especially like the cutscene is quite long. From the way I see it, but we shall see how it goes. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys at the next video or live stream. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a nice day or night. Otsukare. Bye bye.